Theo. Hendrick.
The champ is here! I'm the best in the world.
My deed will be your nightmare.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Can y'all hear me out there?
Let me mute the stream.
Can you hear me out there? All right. No idea. I see you. Mel, I see you. Thank you for the 6 months. Tudor, thank you for coming through. Who else we got? Blurred, I see you. Q Show was on. Man, how has y'all? Oh, we haven't done this in about a month now, huh?
Yeah, wait. You haven't been here in a month. It's been longer for me. I wasn't here last stream. Yeah, I missed one episode,
Yeah, it's
and it feels like it's been like 5 years.
yeah. It every time we skip an episode, it feels like forever.
Yeah.
Which I guess further tells us that this is what we're supposed to be doing. I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to stream more often in general.
Well, I mean, I get it too,
Not
because
just, you know,
with the
not
jobs and
just
all that. Yeah, they try to put you through the ringer at work. So I get it.
Yeah, 5 to 1 every day is something.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And I have to work tomorrow because our 5 a.m. opener for the weekends requested the weekend off. So they're giving me Monday off to work tomorrow.
Which would have worked if we were doing Mondays like we used to, but since we
Yeah.
don't.
No, I don't. Not anymore, apparently. Also, I might be a little echoey because I took literally every poster and all of my sound dampening like things off of the wall because we did paint this room like a month ago.
Oh yeah.
And
So
I still
that
haven't
is
put anything back
not
up.
that is not a blue light behind Yates. His wall is actually blue.
Yeah, when I first joined the chat, like Kenny saw the wall, he was like, "Oh, that light's nice." It's not light.
Yeah.
It's blue.
The wall is actually blue.
Yep. It's nice, serene, calming
No, definitely like
blue, which I need.
definitely I can see that being like a spot. You know what I mean? But it just
Also,
wasn't.
thank you for the shirt. You know who I'm thanking. Go ahead and hide in chat.
So in
It
the
was its first stream back, so I had to make sure I wore it.
absolutely, absolutely. I it's crazy that I don't own any of my own merch yet.
So you're another person I have to fuss at about buying your own merch.
Listen,
Cause I so you know how Colt does his Stream Raiders Battle Royals and does like video game or merch giveaways for the person who wins the season?
right?
I was very petty when I won the most recent season. I didn't
Oh,
pick anything for myself.
yeah. So I stopped trying to be first because I got fussed at because somebody told me what you were trying to do. And so I was like, "Oh," and then I did it again cuz I forgot. And
See, we have to we gotta start learning. We can send each other money through the stream avatars. Because
oh,
that's how Danny won one season, is because everybody gave her their gold so that she would beat me.
hey yo, we could do that and force you know who to have either a month off or uh or force him to get his own merch. I think your food's here.
One of the cats. He just let one of the cats in. I'll just take a drink now.
I tell you what, we're gonna go BRB so that Yates can get settled. Hold
You
on.
sure?
Yeah. We're gonna go BRB real quick.
Okay.
Creole King Kenny and your friend Yates unite. Podcast warriors, wrestling's delight. The voices echo through the digital night. From pile drivers to high flying grace, they dissect the matches, every embrace. Square conversations where legends converse. A ring of words, a universe. Kenny drops wisdom, smooth as a suplex. Yates brings humor, a well-timed flex. Together they grapple with tales untold. In the squared circle, their stories unfold. Turnbuckle banter to backstage lore. They dive deep, explore and implore. The highs, the lows, the scripted stripes. Square conversations, the soundtrack of life. In the echo of arenas, they find their groove. Creole King Kenny, the podcast behoove. And your friend Yates, with wit and flair. They tag team truth, the dynamic pair. Kenny drops wisdom, smooth as a suplex. Yates brings humor, a well-timed flex. Together they grapple with tales untold. In the square circle, their stories unfold. From the secrets to championship dreams, they navigate through the rival scenes. Behind the curtain, they pull no punches. With conversations where passion launches.
But
Kenny drops wisdom, smooth
because I
as a
have to sit there and
suplex.
check his
Yates
age.
brings
Because I can't
humor,
even
a
say that because I
well-timed
think he
flex.
stopped doing the
Together
Puerto
they
Rican
grapple
festival
with
on the
tales
west side.
untold.
So
In the
depending on
square
how old he
circle,
is,
their
he ain't
stories
even
unfold.
experienced the Puerto Rican
So raise a Rewind, let the theme song play. Square conversations, night and day. Forever they plan. A ringside seat in this podcast ring where legends
Who
meet.
the fuck says? Listen, let me tell you something about my city. One thing for certain, two things for sure. We don't sit there and say we by way of anywhere. If you hear
Austin Theory and Grayson Waller.
The squared circle, mics ignite, Creole King Kenny and your friend
That
Yates
was
unite.
rude.
Podcast warriors, wrestling's delight. The voices echo through the digital night. From pile drivers to high flying greats, they dissect the matches every embrace. Squared conversations where legends converse. A ring of words, a universe. Kenny drops wisdom, smooth as a suplex. Yates brings humor, a well-timed flex. Together they grapple with tales untold. In a square circle, their stories unfold. Turnbuckle banter to backstage lore. They dive deep, explore and implore. The highs, the lows, the scripted strikes. Square conversations, the soundtrack of life. In the echo of arenas, they find their groove. Creole King Kenny, the podcast behoove. And your friend Yates, with wit and flair. They tag team truth, a dynamic pair. Kenny drops wisdom,
Oh, we gotta
smooth
get
as a suplex. Yates brings humor, a well-timed flex. Together they grapple with tales untold. In a square circle, their stories unfold. From kayfabe secrets to championship dreams, they navigate feuds, unravel seams. Behind the curtain, they pull no punches. Square conversations where passion launches.
So, yeah,
Kenny
you
drops
can get
wisdom,
good matches out of
smooth
this,
as a
but don't ask that
suplex.
motherfucker
Yates
to
brings
dance.
humor, a well-timed flex.
motherfucker
he was
is-
one of the people clapping, you know.
Yeah.
All right, and we're back. I appreciate. We got Cam in the building now. Blue, what's going on? What's happening?
Thank you,
Cole, I
everybody, for
see
letting me go eat real quick.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Gene, what's going on? All right. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah, forcing Cole to buy his own merch.
Yeah. Which I already that was actually when I won last season of Stream Avatars, that was the request, was, for him to pick his own merch instead of buying me his merch like I normally do.
Well, he buys a lot of
He
other
buys
folks.
everybody else's merch, but he needs his own. At least the the classic mouth t-shirt.
Because I mean, now that he is an award winner, when he goes to stuff like DreamHack or whatever the case may be, I mean, it's cool to support everybody else's brands, but you need to kind of, support your own.
Yeah. Yeah, now that he's an award-winning streamer, you gotta support yourself.
That's right. Get him, Gene. Get him, Gene.
Oh goodness, if Gene's fussing and agreeing with us,
Get him, Gene. So in the world of professional wrestling,
it seems like I'm watching wrestling every day of the week, except for Thursdays.
You probably are.
I think Thursday is the only day that I don't watch wrestling. That's the day that I work on gear when I'm not watching TV.
The Rhea segment on Raw was really good. But Rhea also knows how to work a crowd.
Oh, absolutely. Like the funny thing is, it's still weird to me. They're trying to make Rhea the face of the situation because, like, yeah, Liv did steal her man or whatever Dom is.
So, okay.
But like, he also, it's Dom.
Now,
Really?
She lets me be a man. She gives me chicken tendies. She lets me play video games whenever I want. The only thing this man did not say is that she let me stay up real late. like, like, bro, I, 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 I don't know. I he and the whole and complaining about having to call her mommy. Correct me if I'm wrong, but was that not his
He's
idea?
the one who started
Yeah,
calling her that.
absolutely.
If I'm not, yeah, he's the one who started calling her that, and then so the whole thing that everybody's like, Liv's the face of the situation, and then like Liv's the bad guy of the situation. It's like, I mean, yeah, Rhea did turn on Liv to begin with, like, but that was what, 2 years ago.
Yeah, well, I think the direction that they're wanting is for the quote unquote Terra twins to be the face of the situation.
They're they're the face of the situation, but you're calling them the Terror Twins. If that's
Yeah,
not a heel team, like the Terror Twins,
the Terra
you're
twins.
supposed to root for them. Like that's the most bad guy name you can come up with.
Exactly, Gene. Exactly, Gene. But I will say, I will say that Dom and Liv have way better chemistry on screen
Oh,
than
absolutely.
him and uh Rhea did.
Because Rhea's a commanding presence. Liv and Dom have a matching energy as far as like people don't want to see them on TV.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I'm gonna be honest. Like I've seen so many people say how much they hate her and that they don't want to see her on TV and they don't want to see Dom on TV. And it's like I I kind of do like Liv. I liked her before the whole Liv Morgan revenge tour nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
I was excited when she was gonna have that storyline with Lana and Bobby and Rusev. Like, I liked her in the Riot Squad. I liked her when she was doing the whole Jersey Girl stuff in NXT. Like, I've been a Liv Morgan fan since her NXT days.
What up,
So,
Double O? How you feeling?
um,
But
like, I guess I'm a little biased.
so another point would be because all of these people hate her and don't want to see her on TV could mean that she's doing her job.
Yeah, that too.
Like, understand, love her or hate her, you get a massive response
Yeah.
when Liv picks up the mic. And she's making Dom's weak ass promo skills look amazing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the one thing that Rhea couldn't do for him. She couldn't play. She she's such a commanding presence that she can't play back fiddle.
Yeah.
Liv can.
Yeah, Liv, I feel like Liv has always worked well as a duo person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, somebody to play off of somebody else.
Which is what Dom needed in the beginning.
Yeah, you know, he didn't need somebody who would cut the promo for him.
Right. He needed somebody. What's going on? Can I copyright this?
What? Oh, the Gene don't like shit.
Oh, hey, I would.
And then
I would.
Mel trying to
Matter of fact,
start
I need
doing
one of them
Mel don't like
shirts
shit.
ASAP. I need one of them shirts ASAP. Gene don't like shit. I need one of them shirts. Um, but no. So the only
I'm also
thing
gonna be honest, I was not fully paying 100% attention to Monday Night Raw this week because I was putting together a new bed.
which it looks
It
good.
took me the entire night
It
to
it
do.
it looks good. I think I saw the pictures you posted or put somewhere.
Mhm.
It definitely looks good. I uh I you guys are definitely gonna enjoy that. And it's like a king size, I think you
Yep.
said. And you're coming from what?
A queen size bed.
Oh, you're gonna enjoy that extra room too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was half paying attention to what was going on, and our TV was acting stupid too.
Ah, speaking of TVs acting stupid, I definitely need a new one. This thing, if you watch it
Don't
for
give
too
me
long,
ideas.
it will start to slowly go black.
Oh, that's concerning.
Yeah, it's wild. So then you have to kind of like wait for a second and then turn it off and then turn it back on.
Oh yeah, our TV, like if we're watching it for too long, the audio starts to get distorted.
Is it a heat issue? Because like your issue and my issue both stem from like watching it too long. Is it
Possibly.
a heat issue? I wonder. Like I don't know.
All right. No squirrel work.
When's the last time I bought a TV? I didn't buy this. I didn't
Uh,
buy this one.
so so the last time I watched, I bought a TV. Well, the TV that's messing up on me. I bought that in like 2016, and I did buy it from a pawn shop. So
Who was president when I bought my TV? When I the last time I bought a TV? Uh, I think Barack was on his way out. Um, yeah, I think Barack was on his way out. Um, it was one of them Walmart TCL specials right at the end of tax season.
listen, Mel, you can't yell at us. TVs are expensive.
My TV elderly. Oh my god.
Not the
It's in
thrown in
hospice.
wish
You're
list.
probably right. Can I hire you? Y'all got space for it at y'all facility. Oh my god. Uh oh jeez.
Oh goodness. So we had during that Liv Rhea back and forth, Damien just randomly appeared behind them.
So from what Rhea said, she was trying to keep them talking long enough for Damien to find them.
He knew where they were to begin
And
with.
then
Like
and then she made the
you'd see
comment
what area, like what row, what section.
of it's a good thing that you like to talk so much because now we know where you are. And then that's when Damien walks up. I hate whoever came up with that whole bisexual Undertaker thing. Cause
Somebody during Mania.
now I can't watch him without thinking that. And then when he pulls his shirt down, it looks like a corset.
Oh goodness. That is wild.
It looks like a corset when he pulls it down, and you know how it has that print on the front. It looks like a corset, and I wouldn't even notice. Blame that part on Sims because she pointed it out.
I will not do so. I will not blame anything on Sims.
She pointed it out. Here I was minding my business, And she makes the comment, it looks like a corset.
He's
Oh
got he's
man.
got to start wearing different gear now. He's got to start wearing different gear. So, we ended up getting Carlito versus Damien. Who asked for that?
Is he now a full fledged member of the Judgment Day? Cause
They need to change the name.
well, they were gonna change the name. Finn Balor had merch approved, and the new name was set. But when the new name got leaked, fans had
So, what was the new name supposed to be?
street trash.
Street Trash.
I wish I was joking. Street trash was the new name.
I need to see the merch. I need to see what the logo was going to look like, just so that I can steal it now. Since they always want to steal our ideas.
Look at you, no idea. I'm proud of you for knowing that, because that was not widely known. But yeah, the
I
new
don't hate it.
like I said, the idea came from Finn Balor.
I don't hate it, but like I feel like it's a name that it's gonna have to grow on you. But
Can you
yeah,
imagine it getting announced?
no. I'm trying to think how Samantha would make it actually good.
I don't know. It, I have no clue. Speaking of Samantha, the chemistry between her and Cody Rhodes when she does his intro is amazing to watch.
Like she's excited and happy to be at work.
Like, and he's just feeding off of all that energy, and it's amazing.
It was supposed to be a dig at Damien. Okay.
What's going on, Danny?
Darn it. I
What
forgot
you
I don't
say?
have the power to pin things here.
Dun dun
I was
dun.
like just in chat. I was about to pin that. Mel, pin what you just posted.
No, don't pin nothing. Oh, yeah, you can pin that. Yeah. No.
Ha.
Um, but yeah, her their chemistry or working chemistry that they have together is amazing. I like that this is the first time I think that we've seen a ring announcer that wasn't eventually going to get in the ring be
Mm,
as active in the ring.
yeah. So like I haven't really paid attention with Alicia Taylor with announcing Cody because like, she's the SmackDown person.
Mm-hmm.
So like how has she been with Cody with like announcing him and stuff like that? Because I know with Chelsea when they moved her over to SmackDown, they actually recorded Samantha do the It's Chelsea, like the Chelsea or not the it's the Chelsea Green for her entrance because Alicia wouldn't be able to do it
Yeah,
the same as her.
you're right. But she, if I remember correctly, she does a pretty decent job. I mean, it's not. If you're expecting Samantha, only Samantha has Samantha.
Yeah.
But it is pretty decent. It's better than whatever his face was with
Oh,
the
Mike Rome.
with the Punk Boy rope mohawk thingy he
Mike
had going
Rome.
on. Yeah.
He's down at NXT.
Y'all talking about throne and stuff. I don't have a TV on any of those things.
Hold on.
Hold on, what?
No, I'm saying the fact that they're trying to they're trying to use your throne to
I thought
get
we
you a
no that I
TV.
thought we fixed. I thought I did have social commands.
They're trying to get you to add a TV to. Ooh, I see some things on your wish list that I kind of want. Let me
Please look
stop
here and
online.
here.
Let me stop online shopping. Because those Power Ranger books look nice.
That would get on my nerves, Gene. Imagine imagine typing and then why? Who wants that?
Why would you want it to quack at you?
Imagine playing a game and it gets intense and you trying to keyboard and mouse it. Nah, bro.
It's always so crazy when I remember that people
I would
have
do it from my
my own
job just
merch.
because I would want to piss off my boss. But luckily, I happen to like my manager, so I probably would do that.
So we had Damien Carlito. That was a match.
I
That's
I think the Damon and Carlito thing only happened to give a match for the issue that was happening. Because if you think about it, there was a lot of dead air during Raw. Like
yeah.
they they did a damn near 20-minute um they did a damn near 20-minute recap of 2 weeks ago. And
Which is crazy. Like, why do we need a 20-minute recap?
they did almost a 20-minute recap of 2 weeks ago. And then throughout the show kept recapping last week. And it wasn't there wasn't like small recaps. It was long and drawn out recaps. Um when you look at how many matches there were versus like like actual matches there were, the match count did not add up to even I think 2 hours.
That's what. So, like, are they? Because I'm actually looking at the checklist that how we always do the checklist. There's literally one, two, three, four, five, 6 matches.
Mm-hmm.
There were 6 matches on
Mm-hmm.
a 3-hour
Hour
show.
show. Mm-hmm.
Why?
SmackDown was worse than that.
Which was one, two, three, four matches on a 2-hour show. Half the roster's on vacation. No, half the roster's probably injured,
Yeah.
not vacation. Because like they had the NXT stars in on SmackDown just sitting ringside. They had one NXT. They had Odyssey. No, not Odyssey. They had
So
Obafemi sitting ringside at Raw.
and then at SmackDown they had Trick Williams. Now,
They had Trick Williams, Ethan Page, and Roxanne.
well, the issue is, and I don't know if they're still there, but the reason why this was happening was because the most of the roster was in Japan. Um,
Hmm?
they've been doing they've been doing a Japanese tour. That's why you don't see
Mm,
um uh, um
Damage Control,
well, you see
most
Damage
likely.
Control.
Like
They were there.
they did a backstage segment. I don't
Yeah.
think they had a match.
They
So like they could have
were
filmed that.
no Kairi Sane and Kairi Sane and
They had a match.
Io had a match,
Oh wow, that shows how much I was paying attention.
but um Shinsuke's not there because Shinsuke is basically like the
An
most
ambassador
pushed,
now.
yeah, the most pushed star over like for that tour that they
Hmm.
were doing, and Bailey's over there. I think
Surprised she's not on vacation.
Bailey's over there. Basically, everybody that you're not seeing.
Yeah.
I
So the
do know
stars.
that for a while Bianca and Jade were going back and forth,
Uh,
which is crazy to think about.
which like that's something that like you mentioning that and how everybody's like Vince pushed Bianca, Triple H isn't pushing her. Huh? She's on TV weekly, even if it's not a match. At least she's on TV weekly. And he's also sending her back and forth to do press and promo and tour.
Her
How is he not
schedule,
pushing her?
her schedule is packed. Her and Jade both.
Like, how is he not pushing her or promoting her? Like, y'all just want to say that the stupidest things that Triple H is, you know, because so I guess MVP did a interview and straight up said that Triple H was racist because he wouldn't put back together the Hurt Business.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Like he straight up called him racist because he would not put back together the old Hurt Business. When he
Meanwhile,
already had Bobby in a faction
mhm,
with the Street Profits and then added BFAB to it. Like he already had Bobby in a faction,
mhm,
which now Bobby's apparently not with WWE anymore
right,
because his contract expired
and yep,
or decided not to renew his contract. I don't know. Who actually knows anymore?
yeah, because the way you can't trust Uncle Dave these days.
I couldn't I wouldn't trust him like years ago. They were
Um,
feeding him false information years ago too, that he would then falsely report and then act like he was right.
yeah, it's
I haven't heard of Hurtman. Oh wow.
you never heard of the Hurt Business? Hurt Business happened during a time. It was timing that killed the Hurt Business because
it
Hurt
was
Business
it was during the it was during
COVID.
the pandemic
Hmm.
era.
It was during the Thunderdome days. There's a lot of talent that and a lot of ideas that were used during the Thunderdome days that should have waited until
Mm, till we
because
got
right.
people back in the seats.
Hmm. Like the Hurt Business would have killed after the pandemic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The they and I do feel, and I always say this, they overused um Montez Ford and the Street
Yeah.
Profits during the pandemic.
That I think that was like that's the reason we're not getting some superstars as much as we would like now is
Hmm.
because they were overusing them during the Thunderdome era.
Thunderdome, if
And
I'm not mistaken, the Street Profits and Bianca were wrestling every time wrestling
mhm,
came on TV. Like
Yeah, there
SmackDown,
was
Raw.
no brand split during
Yeah.
the Thunderdome era. Like they were on TV every episode. Bailey, Sasha, Charlotte when she was there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like they were using, like, it was the same people over and over and over again.
Yeah. But
And now they're trying to use the expanded roster, and it ain't working.
well, so eventually we're gonna talk about this one match, but recently, um, Montez Ford was on Instagram and talking about how he's tired of fighting, he's tired of begging, he's tired of doing the work and not being pushed like he feels like they should be pushed. But
That it's
she,
valid, but at the same time, like, there's a lot of other talent, and he had his time. Like, he did have plenty of TV time.
they both do. Like, and then they're getting ready to, um, they are the new number one contenders.
Yeah,
Um, rightfully so, because right now in the tag team division on their show,
I don't see anybody taking the titles off of the new bloodline is what they're calling themselves, right?
yeah, there.
Again,
I don't
with
think
a new
that
name.
in this show that's coming, I don't see very many titles changing hands.
No,
I see them building storylines for this specific show and the
that's the one
real
thing Triple H does is he doesn't have title changes until big shows, which is a little frustrating because it's like it then becomes predictable.
yeah,
Like
true,
give us a title change on a Monday Night Raw
true.
or on an episode of SmackDown.
I
That way
agree
it
with
doesn't
that.
become absolutely predictable.
I agree with that. But at the same time, he's not as predictable as Vince was.
Yeah,
Like you knew who was going to win based on who took the L on the Friday or Monday before the PLE.
fair.
Like if let's say that there was a story brewing between uh Roman and Jay, and Roman got the upper hand on Jay. 9 times out of 10, under the
Jay
Vince
would then
era,
end up winning
yeah.
somehow.
And so that became like the running joke, right? Like it was people were
During one of the episodes of Monday Night Raw we went to, like, there were people calling spots. Like, as they, like, right before they were happening, they were calling them, and it's like, that's sad that we can do that
yeah,
and be right.
yeah,
And that was during, like, 2016, like, 2017, so it was during the Vince era.
yeah. I mean it's gotten a little bit better now, but also I also blame the fact that like the the curtain is gone. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like we know too much.
Yeah.
We definitely know too much.
The day of the age of social media kinda messed with that by having, the superstars actively engaging with each other on social media and not even in character sometimes.
Hmm.
Like, well, with The funny thing is, it just reminded me of the Liv Zelina Vega like back and forth on social media. Like that's good story building. Them going back and forth is trying to build them feuding,
Right.
which is hilarious.
Definitely. Definitely. It
They probably do have alt accounts. No idea.
yeah.
They probably do. But they also don't care anymore. Because they want people to see their personal lives, which is weird.
Yeah, cuz like even the era of, and I know this is what brought you back into wrestling, but even the era of like the Total Divas and things like that, you would have women who are supposed to be in feuds
Mhm.
on TV, and then you watch Total Divas and
They
they're
were,
having
like,
drinks and
getting on
partying and
yeah.
shit. You know what I mean? Like it's
Which was hilarious to me that they used to try to incorporate Total Diva storylines into the show, and it's like Total Divas was filmed months ago.
right,
And for some reason now all of a sudden Summer Rae and Natty are feuding when like just because they're fighting on Total Divas right now, which was a year ago.
yeah, it's crazy.
I still hated that rule that Vince had that if you were a cast member of the show, you couldn't be a champion.
I didn't know he had that rule.
Yeah, that was a rule at one point in time, and then like 3 or 4 seasons in when Nikki like I guess Nikki ended up like saying, "No, like if it's time for me to get the title, it's time for me to get the title. I'm not ending the show." And he let her have the title. And then we ended up getting, Naomi with the championship during one of the seasons of Total Divas and her losing the title because of her sending it to somebody to have the glow. Like she legit like lost the title for like a week. Like because she sent it to somebody.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that.
That
You
was that
know,
was
I
some
gotta say,
craziness.
what's his name? Um,
I miss Total Divas actually.
what was the name of the guy who they all had to report to?
Uh I'm trying to remember what his name is. He had beady eyes and I didn't like him.
I didn't like him either, but I did not, v- I did not envy him either.
So he had to deal with a lot.
A lot. And I was sitting there like,
Um,
bro, ain't no way I would take this job. Like, no way. I want to say his name was like Mark or something, but I don't know.
Carano.
Mark Carano.
I think so.
Yeah. Like, I did not envy this man at all. Especially when it came to Natty. Like, Jesus Christ. Natty
I mean,
was a
just dealing with
whole
Natty in
handful.
general. Like, yikes.
And then having to rein in Naya because everything was unfair and everybody was against her and and she was right all the time and everybody else was wrong. Like, bro, you
Yeah.
started a whole real life fight in the middle of your match. Like, like, come on. And then that happened. When that happened, Mark told her, like, don't go out there and embarrass me. And she went out there. She went out there. She was facing Charlotte. And in the middle of their match, they just started like you could tell that they were half selling and actually half fighting. Like they like you could look at the facial expressions and tell when it all changed. And the
Yeah.
faces were like, "Oh, it's like that, okay." Yeah. So it's crazy. It's crazy. I miss the days when we had no clue what was going on, and
Yeah.
I miss the days when people would tell us that wrestling wasn't real, and we would argue them tooth and nail about it. Like,
People still try to say that it's not real. Even the wrestlers try to say it's not real. Well, she's not a wrestler.
no, she's your favorite, remember?
No, the fuck she's not.
Somebody clip that, please. No, the fuck she's not.
And I said it with a smile. uh, all right. We had Odyssey Jones versus Vincent Winey.
So
Was that his
obviously
name?
this guy was a jobber. Um
Yeah. Like,
and at least his jobber matches are going better than uh than uh Braun Breaker's
and
jobber
they're not
matches.
just straight squashes.
Right. Like Odyssey actually looked good in his match.
Mm-hmm.
Braun, that match looked like he was all over the like it was all over the place. Like there was
Yeah.
it was almost like there was no structure. It was like he told the guy before they went out there, listen,
You're gonna take a spear and
we're just gonna go out there
call it a
and
day.
call it in the ring. But I have to
No,
get
some
these.
people need rehearsed matches,
Yes.
especially if it's somebody that works the indie scene who it's their first time on TV. You're gonna need to rehearse that match with them so that they know, all right, don't look directly into the camera or
Hmm.
like don't do certain things. Like,
There's a difference between wrestling TV matches and wrestling indie matches, or
yeah,
wrestling TV matches and wrestling
just a
live show
just a
matches or
crowd.
dark matches. Like there's a difference, and you have to know how
Hmm.
to navigate all of that. And if you don't, and you don't rehearse,
Oh yeah,
you're gonna
it,
end
it
up
shows.
looking you're gonna end up looking like Braun's opponent when he was doing his jobber matches. Like, bro, like it's I like,
Yep.
but I do like the direction that they're taking with Odyssey Jones. Odyssey Jones looks like a. I know we have to step away from that term, but I'm gonna use it here. Odyssey Jones looks like a Vince man.
Mm.
The only difference is Odyssey Jones probably is a little bigger, a little heavier than Vince would
Then
probably
yeah,
like him to be.
yeah.
But
But like sometimes you can't control that.
I mean, Push Play the DJ looks good out there. I'm sorry. Push should have never he should have never posted it. If he wouldn't have posted it, I wouldn't have said it. And then I met him at DreamCon, and it made it worse. And so, yeah, now every time I see Odyssey, I see Push.
Mm. Gotcha.
Um,
I'm not a fan of what they're trying to do with like trying to make it seem like Kofi's replacing Woods apparently like is what the whatever what's his name's faction called. I don't even know what they're calling themselves. But AOP
Oh,
and Karrion Cross, like they're trying to make it seem like Kofi's trying to replace Woods. And it's like, no, they're not trying to replace Woods. They're obviously trying to replace Big E because they need a trio. And
they
Kofi
need a
and
they do need a
Kofi
big
and Woods
man.
as a duo is not working.
They do need a big man, but like
Also, they don't need to replace Big E.
I feel if they were going to add somebody, then Odyssey would be a pretty decent addition.
Mhm.
But I feel like it's gonna go the other way, and I'm sad about it. Like I feel like it's gonna go to a breakup,
Mhm. Oh, it is.
and I'm sad about it because one or two things are gonna happen because they have the only one that has been truly successful in a solo run is Kofi,
Yeah.
and
Woods hasn't had a single, like hasn't had any singles titles run, like nothing that I can
I
remember.
feel like as
Also,
much as I like Woods,
I have the
Woods is
feeling that
gonna be a
as soon as they split up, Woods is gonna want out.
probably
Woods is gonna want to go somewhere else.
because they both are have publicly said that they wanted out before they can no longer run around and play with their kids. And
Mm,
Kofi made the I forgot I don't know if it was Woods or Kofi. One of them said that they were out playing with their kids and the kid wanted to race from the porch to like from the back porch to like the fence,
mhm,
and by the time and because that area is longer than your traditional ring, when he was gassed by the time he got to the
yikes.
the the fence, and his knees couldn't take it because of all the wear and tear. Like, and
Mhm,
Kofi said it best. What they do, they love what they do, but your body is not made for that.
not at all.
Like, you bang yourself up on purpose every day, and
Mhm,
instead of running like or jogging in in streets on a treadmill or whatever the case may be, you're running short distance from rope to rope.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And you just it catches up to you,
yeah,
and so it's just one of those things where it catches up to you, and you want to be smart about your exit plan. Like Woods, if Woods stopped wrestling today, he'll be fine. Um,
I feel like the funny thing is, I feel like if he stopped wrestling, WWE would still want to keep him under a contract at least for social media.
yeah,
You
his
know, keep him around to keep the Up Up Down Down show on
mhm.
online going because WWE owns the rights to that. Even though he started it himself, they now own the rights to it.
Yeah,
So like they would want to keep him around under like a content creator deal.
the Austin Creed name by itself probably does him more than the Woods name
Yeah.
nowadays. It may not have been like that at the height of New Day,
No.
but now I could see that being the thing. Um,
Mhm.
Kofi, I don't know much about I don't know much about what he's doing outside of WWE.
Yeah, I don't
So,
either.
um, I really can't speak to that. Um, but you don't be around this business long as Kofi has without having an exit plan.
Yeah.
At least I would hope so. You know what I mean? Um, I would hope he wouldn't be one of those guys that is stuck wrestling
Burned
forever
through
because
his.
he didn't make the right decisions while he was
Yeah.
wrestling. Um,
Rick. Oops, did I say that?
well, Rick's situation is a little different.
15
Rick
retirement
is
matches.
Rick's Rick's mistakes.
Oh wait, divorce after divorce after
Rick
divorce.
Rick's mistakes are he the fact that he's paying for his stuff, the fact that he is paying for decisions that he made a while ago is what got Rick in the place that he's in.
Yeah.
And so that's why we that's why I think Rick is in the situation he's in, is because Rick took his character a little too seriously and made decisions that came back to bite him 30 to 40 years later. Like like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? He just he was young and dumb, and you gave a young, dumb, full of himself kid a bunch of money and fame.
Yeah.
And even though it was obvious that he couldn't really handle that, you let him keep going because he was a big draw. And so, in your mind, as long as he continued to perform, you didn't really give a shit about the other stuff. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, you didn't give a shit about what he was doing outside of it. As long as he performed, and as long as the crowd came and they paid their money and they were satisfied.
Yeah. All right. So we had the Alpha Academy versus American Made. Interesting new name.
You know what's funny?
And it's funny that they're letting Tozawa and Otis keep Alpha Academy.
What's even funnier than that, if you put the two names together, you get American Alpha.
Yeah.
Um, that was pretty cool to see that. But oddly enough,
I feel like that was an intentional.
oh yeah, 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 absolutely. But they actually let Tozawa go a little bit, like,
Finally,
and the crowd was behind Otis and
as they
Tozawa.
should.
Like they
As
looked,
they
they
should.
looked good for the
They
first time.
are they are a good team.
For the first time in I don't know when. Like that flip save out of nowhere that almost kind of looked like a sunset flip. Like that was amazing. Like Tozawa really, like, and I know in the grand scheme of things, it really wasn't nothing because you see that type of stuff all the time, but not from Tozawa. Like
Because they wouldn't let
because
him do it.
they wouldn't let him do it. We know Tozawa pre WWE or outside of WWE was a monster. Like he was he was a completely different beast than he is now.
I need Triple H to let him, like, just
I'm
let him.
hoping that that's what this is. I'm hoping that this is a step towards.
Or it's probably because of who he was facing, because like they're used to each other, so he was able to do more.
Yeah. But still, like I need more. I need more of that. You know what I mean? Like I need to see Tozawa and Otis just be allowed to do their thing. You need
Yeah.
tag teams anyway.
Yeah.
And they have proven that they have the chemistry. Let them go. Like let them do it. Um
And with that match, they added Ivy Nile to American Made. I knew it was coming. Like, I knew it was going to happen because, Ivy's going to follow the creeds. But it still hurt.
yeah.
Seeing her attack Maxine, like, that was supposed to be your friend.
Mhm.
Like, poor Maxine. Like, she can't catch a break.
And then the crew was like not on cue. So Michael Cole had to keep saying, "Can we get somebody to come out here and help her, please? Can we get somebody to come?" Like,
If you're going
here's
to have
your
somebody get
cue. Here's
attacked,
your cue. Like,
and then we
it was.
had damage control versus. So in your notes, you have their real, you have the real
Yeah.
name, but their tag team name, Pure Fusion Collective. What the fuck? What the actual fuck is this name?
Whose idea was this? Who wrote this shit? Because
Triple H,
Pure
Triple H,
Fusion
sir,
Collective.
sir, just come to us next time. Just just please come to us next time, and we
Right,
will help
because
with names. You already steal everything else from us.
right, because
I don't think the clip command works anymore since you have to you know, click yes, clip this.
oh wow, really? That's trash.
Like, I think they were working on doing something where you had to actually verify the clip before it would actually post so that streamers weren't just getting random clips, or so people weren't just randomly clipping things without realizing, oh shoot, I didn't mean to clip that.
So we're gonna go from having clips to not having any because people are not going to do all of that.
Yeah, possibly. Or there might be something that you have to do with your bot to fix it, because it might still. I think the clip commands should still work.
Yeah, maybe. I hope so. Um,
Um,
but yeah. Um, I will say that damage control looked good in this match. Um,
I
but
miss Asuka,
that's where I was going.
and I already miss Dakota. Like, Dakota's only been gone for what, 2 episodes of Monday Night Raw,
Hmm.
and I already miss her. Like, damage control is not the same without both of them.
As a
Like, it's
matter
not
of
the same
fact,
without Dakota, and it's definitely not the same without Asuka and Dakota.
I don't know who it is, but one of them is uh one of them is the uh new person on the song because you can hear the accent, you can hear the Japanese accent.
Huh?
The you know how they say damage control at the beginning of the theme song?
Oh,
One of them is the voice because you can hear the
okay.
Japanese accent at the beginning. Because it used to
Interesting.
be, I want to say maybe Bailey or maybe Dakota,
Mm,
but yeah, it's not.
gotcha.
It's you know, it's one of it's one of them now.
Okay. Speaking of, I need to talk to somebody in mouth to potentially help with rush hour.
Rush hour. Like,
No, I was thinking of like having somebody potentially like record like Feel the Rush to go right before their entrance instead of the It's Chelsea, because like, it's a little unfair to Rush Hour that Chelsea gets, her moment
what?
when it's all three of them.
Like, what type of voice are you looking
I
for?
don't know. I was gonna try to see if I could find somebody to help me with like three different voices to like mess with three different voices to play all three of them. That's very Melissa of her. It is. It's very Rose of her, actually.
Rose.
We can discuss that later. That that can be a offline.
The way you and Sims are in sync right now is crazy. That's nuts.
So we had Randy Orton come out to the ring. Yay.
Now, now.
Yay.
The promo was a little stale until Gunther said, "It's not your fault. Your grandfather was a screw up, and your daddy was a screw up. So just naturally, you would be a screw up."
Valid points. Look, when it comes to Randy Orton, I'm rooting for whoever he's against, even if he's supposed to be a face in the situation.
We
Not
know
a fan
he's
of
not
Randy
gonna
Orton.
win, but it would be cool to see. It would be cool. It would be cool to see him get that last run. You know what I mean? Like,
He'll get it eventually.
it would definitely be a cool moment. Um,
He'll get it eventually, and then Cena will get a title eventually during his farewell. Potentially. Who knows? But why did Drew have to interrupt?
I don't know. I think
Like,
it would
what did Drew have to do with any of
have to
this?
do with anything. I think so. Earlier in the show, Drew had a conversation with Adam Pierce, and Adam Pierce was like, "I got too much going on with Bronson Reed. I don't have
Yeah.
time for you right now." And there's nothing. And then CM Punk is not even here, so I'm unclear as to how I could even help you. And so, um, you can barely hear me.
Huh?
What about now?
Have you been low this whole time? Because like I don't have the stream on. But I can hear you through.
I You hear me? You hear me fine? Okay. Um.
Gotcha.
So. Um. So, and then at the end of the conversation, um, at the end of the conversation, he was like, "Okay, I'll just fix it myself, and or I'll handle it myself." And then he comes out and you know gets a literal whooping from CM Punk.
He deserved it.
A literal whipping from CM Punk.
And the fact that afterwards, Kathy Kelly interviews CM Punk is like, we were on the same flight. Like, we were literally on the same flight. What travel issues did you have? I
Now
love it.
that's crazy. I I'll admit I fast forwarded through that segment, the interview.
Ah,
So
but yeah, like Kathy Kelly actually interviewed him and was like, "We were on the same flight, like we were on the same plane. What issues did you have, supposedly that caused you to not be here on time? Like for them to say that you weren't in the arena."
they were sitting next to I see what you did there, Gene. Sitting NXT to each other.
Oh, that's how Gene always says next.
Okay. So I take it back then. You don't get credit for that then. Um
Yeah, Gene. I've noticed that with Gene. Gene always says next that way.
um
And then we had Miz versus Bronson Reed, which somehow
so the
Truth
funny thing
thought
about
he
that
was
match is
getting.
our
Truth
truth
thought he was.
thought our truth thought he was getting a match. Don't give me credit. um our truth thought that he was booking a match between between
The Miz and
Miz
Bronson
and
Reed, Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker, but that's not what happened.
Poor Truth.
So after Miz inevitably loses this match, Bron- Bronson Reed was getting ready to do his splashes that he does at the end of the matches, like the same thing, took out the same way he took out Seth.
Bronson Reed doing all of those splashes onto Seth and then The Miz has made me uncomfortable. Like,
Well, so
why do you need to hit him that many times? Like,
he didn't
are
hit.
we trying to murder? I thought he hit Miz at least like twice.
I'm not sure, but like our truth rolled him out of the way, and our truth took
Oh
like
yeah,
8 of them.
no. Yeah,
Like
R-Truth is the one who ended up.
our truth took like 8 of them, and from what I understand, because I watch Stevie Richards videos, from what I understand, those splashes like that, they typically hurt the person doing them more than it hurts the person that is taking them.
Then why are you doing them?
I don't know.
I-
I don't know. But in the breakdown that Stevie gave, it's something that actually hurts the person doing it versus uh
Like, I guess
we don't kink
Truth.
shame. Hey,
I,
you know
I
what?
guess Truth finally said like, "Hey, I need a vacation. Like, I need a break."
He just recently came back not too long ago. He hasn't even been back. Or am
Cause
I?
ain't no way he's coming back to TV next week. He
He,
took 8 splashes. He
that
ain't
man
coming
finna go on
back.
tour. That man finna go on tour. He said his album finna drop. I not don't quote me on that because I don't know. I don't know if his
I
album
wouldn't be
actually is about to
surprised.
drop. I
I
do
wouldn't
know
be
that he has
surprised.
been touring, that he has been performing new songs, and that he has a very big show coming up.
Okay.
But I don't
Why is
know
WWE not promoting that? They're promoting
because it has
everybody's
nothing
comedy
to do.
shows,
It has nothing to do with WWE.
but they're promoting everybody's comedy shows.
Yeah, but I think it's also because there's at least one other wrestler that
Hmm.
is attached to this show, and I think it's because they don't want to be promoting uh promoting
Other
WWE else. Right.
endeavors that they have.
Hmm.
That's dumb.
Um, but all that to say that yeah, uh, no way he comes back next week.
Not at all.
No way he comes back next
I
week.
don't see him coming back next week. Well, I don't see him coming back within the next like 2 weeks.
They did say he had internal bleeding, but I saw the coughing up of the blood. Um,
There were capsules.
it looked like capsules.
Oh, okay.
It looked like capsules. Um, so they say that he had internal bleeding. Um, I think he just wanted, some time to help his wife settle in, away from wrestling. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like help her get adjusted to being home all the time. Um, that and I think she was touring for her book or something like that too.
So
Um,
that's why she's like, cause is she like done? Like people are saying that she's done.
so she didn't renew her contract. Um, yeah, you're right. I agree with that. Um, but I think she just wanted to. So her book is doing really well, and I think she just wanted some. Because understand, her after she gave birth, she went through very bad um postpartum, and she
Mm.
blames herself. That's all in the book too.
Oh, okay.
Um, she blames herself for it. Like it.
Is there an audiobook for it?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
thank you.
Um,
I'll have to find it because me and physical reading don't
so
work.
believe it or not, my library had the audio book.
Okay.
Um, so I was able to start listening to it on Libby. Um, but Audible does have it.
Okay.
Um,
Is it her narrating it, like reading it
yes,
herself?
yes. It's just like the Mox book. How
Yes.
um how how Mox narrated his. She's narrating hers,
Okay.
and it was crazy to listen to the Mox book because like he's reading it not like he wrote it, but like he's reading it like he talks
Mm.
with the sniffling and the breathing and like he reads it as if he's cutting a promo,
Okay.
and it's crazy.
I
Like
might have to take a listen
and you
eventually.
so then you find out why he breathes like that.
Mm.
Like yeah, John Moxley. Uh huh. Yeah, I really liked his book. It shed light on not only his story, but how the indie scene works. Why they
Okay.
do, um, why they do the things that they do. Why he likes pain and injuring himself. It explains all of that. Uh, it, um, I didn't know that there was a fundamental difference between um, uh, um, Japanese wrestling and American wrestling,
Hmm.
like a fundamental difference. That's in the book. And now, after I read the book, I always look for it now.
Okay.
So like, it it's a read that's worth your time. I think.
Let me
Um,
add that to
Yates,
my
we are
notes.
getting.
Yeah, I saw. I saw. I mean, I don't have to be to bed until midnight.
It's called Mox, Mox.
All right, added that to my notes. All right, then we had Braun Breaker versus Sammy in a 2 out of 3 falls.
So
Um, the fact that while I was putting the bed together and I heard them say it's the main event, I didn't look up to see what time it was, and I was like, "Oh shit, I have like 15 minutes till 11." And then I looked at the time and I'm like, "They're starting the main event early." And then remembered, "Oh wait, it's a 2 out of 3 falls."
Yeah. And so I it was a good match, but I feel like it's one of those things that like after you've seen Zayn and Breaker go at it,
Mhm.
it's just a longer version of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then Sammy wasn't really hyped for the match. Like Jay was back there trying to hype him up, and then like you could tell
That he already like he
like
was going in
he
like,
was
"I'm
going in there
losing."
with like I'm about to lose. Like you know
Which,
what I
like,
mean? Like he went in there.
sell that you think that you're gonna win.
Yeah,
Like,
he went in there like not confident at all. Which kind of made me like, yeah, this is so. I looked at spots in the match. I didn't actually watch the match from
mm,
beginning to end because, like, I already kind of had a feeling of like where that match was going. Um, and I see your comment, Gene. I have not made it to AJ's book. I'm still trying to finish um Becky's book, and then once I finish Becky's book, then I'll move to AJ's book. Um, then we had SmackDown. SmackDown was
something.
it was something. Um,
We got Nia Jax celebration, which she was ungrateful for.
yeah.
Like, it was rude of her.
The
Like,
best part of that was
Michin
Michin
interrupting it.
interrupting with a kendo stick.
I
She
still
showed up like,
feel
"Get off
mad.
my lawn."
I'm like, the fact that that Nia was like, "You don't even know me." Like, ma'am, at least somebody's taken the time to celebrate that you won the title. Like, she could have easily bopped you over the head with the briefcase and took the title from
Yep.
you. But instead, she's trying to throw you a celebration, which I think the reason I'm, more like cheering for Tiffany because of the fact that she decorated it with a shit ton of unicorns. So that's why I didn't hate it. But why
Yeah,
Pretty
I
Deadly?
figured you would pop for the unicorns. I
Why
figured.
Pretty Deadly?
I don't know. I was asking myself that the same question. Um.
But like, proud of Michin with that kendo stick.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And then her not getting reprimanded for it, obviously because she came out of the office smiling later. Like,
With a title match.
right,
Like,
like
she's getting a title match out of
right.
it.
Thank you for beating
Amazing.
our champion's ass. I mean, thank you for beating everybody's ass. Here's a title match for your trouble.
Like, you knocked out Pretty Deadly with the kendo stick. You
Right.
should have got in trouble for that at least. But nope, she got a title match.
So,
We had a backstage segment with the big three.
right.
The fact that they've brought the very demure, very mindful meme from TikTok to TV.
Yeah, that was
Amazing. Might be a little
I
bit too
feel like
much, but
right
it's
now
amazing.
I feel like right now the big 3 could do no wrong cuz like
Yeah.
and I saw a meme, well not a meme. I saw a question the other day from one of the big wrestling people on Twitter, right? Like one of
Mhm.
and they were asking like they had a picture of the big 3 and they were like
Mhm.
what would you name this faction? And I'm like
They already
the
have a
big
name.
3. Like
They
like
already have a name.
right. Yeah, like what I don't understand like I don't get it cuz like they are living up to this name every time you see them. Like
Yeah.
like the pop that Naomi gets is amazing. Like they just they just happy to see her, and
Yeah.
they don't. I also like the fact that WWE has yet to overuse that. You
Yeah.
see her, but she's more of a. I'm guessing she's more of a house show draw.
Mm.
Um, I haven't seen a house show with her
See,
in it yet,
I
but
gotta find out if she's one of the superstars who's like, you know how like when WWE starts selling tickets to shows in in your city, they
mhm,
like advertise certain wrestlers. I need to find out if she's gonna be one of the like featured wrestlers for the SmackDown that's coming here.
right.
Because if she is, I need to go.
Speaking of that, I was pissed, borderline, extremely frustrated that Raw was in Austin, and I did not know that it was in Austin.
Huh?
Raw came to Austin last week,
Oh wow.
and I did not
And you
know.
didn't know. Damn. Yeah, so SmackDown's coming to Columbia this sometime in October, if I'm not mistaken. And then literally the next like the next Friday, they're going to be in Greenville. I'm like, so that's two shows that I could go to, but I'm
Yeah,
not.
that. But I did not see Carmelo pulling off a win against Andrade. That was not on my bingo card.
I kind of did see it happening because there's no way they were going to have, him get the win 3 matches in a row. Like, they gotta have a little bit of between the two, a little bit of give and take between the two of them.
But am I? Did you watch that match?
No,
Okay.
not really. I was sidetracked. I think I was cooking dinner when that match happened.
And then speaking of Naomi and Blair Davenport had a match,
Uh-huh.
and then Blair got the win. Um,
I've seen a lot of people who have been shitting on that match, and I really want to mute them and, you know, also scream at them to shut the fuck up because, they're talking shit about Naomi, and it's like they've been like, Naomi can't wrestle, this, that, and the other. And I'm like,
clearly they didn't see the stuff that she
like, huh?
Naomi can go. She's
She
proven that.
can't, like somebody was like, she wrestles in slow motion. And I'm like, huh? Like maybe with Blair, that's the case because Blair is a Japanese, right? Like,
Hmm.
she did the Japanese wrestling. Like, Blair needs to be paired up with other people who are used to the Japanese style wrestling.
Right.
Don't blame that on Naomi.
Absolutely not. Um, Grayson Waller versus KO. I um
Nap time? It was Grayson Waller.
well, so I didn't care about the match. I did like the what happened after the match. Um, cause let's just be honest, KO beat the shit out of him. KO
That's the only good thing about that
KO
match.
beat the shit out of that man. And then at the end, they tried to jump KO, and then Cody Rhodes came out to help.
KO didn't need any help. I mean, he needed the help, but not from Cody. Like, stop trying to be his friend. Y'all have a match like y'all have a match soon, so stop trying to be friends.
Yeah. Street Profits versus DIY was probably match of the night for me. Um, because this match was fast paced. This match had a lot of amazing spots.
It was an NXT match.
Yes, yes.
They have the chemistry from when they were in NXT together that they were able to put on an amazing match. And Triple
We
H
got to
finally realized
see
that.
we got to see these two teams enjoy what they do again.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's been a while since they've truly enjoyed what they do. Um,
I mean, it
so
did make it better that the Street Profits won.
yeah,
I
that
mean, I personally would have been fine with either team winning because,
and I
like,
think
I like
that's what made
both
it.
teams.
I think that was just the cherry on top, right?
But the Street Profits winning was a major plus.
Yes, but
The
like you
downside
said,
is they're about to get fed to the new bloodline
yeah,
because there's no way the new bloodline's losing the titles this soon. I mean, then again, the DIY did lose the titles fairly quickly,
well,
unfortunately.
also, I don't know. Solo, Solo, story wise, has been shitted on a lot in this new
With the
version.
new bloodline, which
Right.
is funny that, like, he's getting
Like they've never.
such like backlash, but when he was introduced into the bloodline, he was getting so much praise.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden it's like extreme whiplash of because he's trying to take Roman's spot, like people hate him. And it seems like he's getting more hate than Dom's gotten at one point in time, which
Yep.
is wild.
It's what, and also I kind of, I also kind of blame WWE writers for that too,
Yeah.
because as the new head of the table, he's lost more matches than he's won.
Yeah. So
You
I'm
can't
I'm
be a
gonna I'm
dominant
gonna make
threat if
a
you're losing the
controversial
majority of your
take.
matches.
I'm,
And
I'm gonna I'm gonna
and
say something about Roman.
go ahead.
People are like, why is nobody helping him? Why is nobody saving him or coming out to help him? Because he's fucked over everybody in the locker room while he was running the bloodline.
Yep.
Nobody's gonna help him. Like, why would you help somebody who screwed you over and over and over again, jumped you week after week, just because he's all of a sudden getting jumped? You're supposed to help him? No, like what hot take would you think that I would have, Danny? And I might shake my head yes or no to how controversial do you think I was going to get? Cuz I know Roman is a very controversial topic.
Yeah. I don't know, because even when Roman came back, he single handedly beat the shit out of the entire bloodline except for Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
The only the only person that is a threat is Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
um, and it's unfortunate. Um, it's
I'm sorry,
unfortunate.
but the person who should be taking him out is the leader of the group. Solo should be the one that
Right,
is looking strong and dominant
right,
over Roman right now.
right. That's the way it's supposed to go.
Like that's the one thing that I'm like, it's gonna take Roman getting jumped a couple more times, or at least I feel like it's gonna take a couple more times before I would want to help him. Like, get you're getting your karma.
So there's a rumor going around that says that Jay is gonna be the first one to come back.
Okay.
That's the rumor. Um, apparently they kind of, from what I read, they kind of teased that idea. Um, they kind of teased that idea at a house show or something.
Okay.
Um, but yeah,
Can, can we get
that's what
the can we get the old Usos back? Like the face paint Usos back? I miss, I miss when they were like
doing the
act like
hype of a certain
hype.
match.
Yeah. I miss them like in the early days. There's the hot take. I miss that. I mean, people are trying to say that Sammy's gonna be the fourth person. I'm like, do we need that again? Do we really?
No, not at all. Not at all. But it clearly, just by the way they wrote this, it's almost like it's right in front of your face. Like they don't have any faith in Solo. Um, at least that's what it feels like to me. It's like they're so they are so big on Roman that anything that he comes across, he needs to beat the shit out of, with the exception of Jacob Fatu. And if that's the
See,
case,
that's where you screw yourselves.
right?
You make somebody like this unbeatable person, and then
Because think
where do you
about it
go from
like
there?
this: he beat the shit out of the entire and out of the entire rest of the bloodline. Jacob Fatu shows up in a foot in a foot cast
Yeah,
and beats up Roman.
yeah,
Like
and it was
put
amazing.
that into perspective. Not even a healthy Jacob Fatu.
Like he's not fully healed. He had a cast on and still beat the shit out of Roman.
And Roman beat the shit
I
out of
love
each
it.
and every one of the bloodline members before that. So
So Yana, that's what I like. That's what I meant. Is the face paint, but keep.
so you mean the Usos when they first started doing like the gritty day one thing, but okay, maybe.
I think the reason I was like thinking about that is because when I was doing some gear the other day, like I was looking at the face paint and like ended up coming across the Usos old face paint. And I'm like, I miss it. I don't know who I wanted to put it on, but I miss it. And I was like, I'm not gonna put it on anybody.
Because truth be told, if I if I if I'm thinking about this correctly, and Infy's not here to confirm, but I think the haka is a war dance, right? So it would make sense. You know what I mean? Like to keep the grittiness, because that's what that is in the first place.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I would.
That was one way to end the show, just having Roman in the corner, just dead for a
I
couple
mean,
seconds
that was a dope visual. I just don't like the way it it went down.
with a boot next to a cast next to him.
Right. Like I don't like I don't like how they're billing Solo as the new
And
tribal
he's
chief.
supposed to be the tribal chief, but can't handle somebody himself. Like, yes, he has a henchman,
But didn't
but
you
he should be able to handle
when he
somebody
was a
himself.
henchman, he was the like
He was the
he was
enforcer,
the enforcer and he was beating the shit out of people.
so
So
why
like
can't he
what
do it
yeah, like why
himself?
did you nerf him so much? You know what I mean? Like why
WWE writing.
uh, bro.
They don't know how to write a they don't know how to write a leader that can actually handle themselves. Unless you're Roman Reigns.
That's crazy to me. But it looks like we're gonna be able to get you on to bed on time, boss. Because that was the end of it. That was definitely the end of it. The only notes I have for mouth is that the new rules of the um
20-second
of
count
of
outs.
mixed mouth.
Lots
We
lots of
got 20
lots of
second count
action.
outs now. Uh Mixed mouth will be the best 2 out of 3 singles matches.
Okay.
Uh the men and women will compete in separate matches, and if they tie in score, we will have a third and final match to move on in the tourney. Um, the
That's
teams
interesting.
the teams can choose which gender will rep the team, and the other will be at ringside.
Thanks for reminding me we need to speak to that old dude. Oh goodness. You talking about what happened on Mouth Twitter earlier today? Because I'm pretty sure Eliza made sure to, you know,
Old school.
set some things straight with with Twitter.
Not only that, Smooth decided to jump in and make him sit his ass down too. I am thankful and grateful for how Mouth has grown. Um, how Mouth has grown over the past year and where it is now, and how active everybody is now. Because like there used to be a time, and Yates remembers because he's been around since day one too.
Have I been since day one?
Well, I think so.
Since day one of like season, like of like I joined Mouth like right before Cold started doing like After Dark. Like Rose is considered an OG in the women's division, but like I don't think Rose actually was an OG.
My point is, sir, that
But yeah, I was yeah.
we used to pray for this amount of engagement. We used to pray for the promos. We used to pray for people to want to do things.
Yeah.
And now we have that, and it's just amazing to see. Um, it's amazing to see what Code can do with participation.
Oh, absolutely.
I understand that it came at a cost of him not doing um, the talk show anymore. Who's next? Um, but this is his mouth was his first love.
Yeah.
Mouth was the the thing that he just couldn't live without. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so I um I'm very proud of the community as a whole. And I know I'm not in the Discord like I used to be, but I see y'all. And
Oh, I'm
it
not there as often as I used to either.
but it is amazing to see the growth and where things are, and I'm happy that so many people are. And it it doesn't seem to be doing anything but growing. Like to
I
the
need to
point
be more involved.
where Code has to tell people no. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we full. You have to wait till next year. That's
Yeah.
crazy. You know what I mean?
So
So,
it's funny. I went back and looked at the messages to send a code of like Lewis and Rose's tag team entrance.
mm-hmm.
And that was 7/4 of 2022. Like he's the reason I ended up buying that 2K was so that I could create Lewis and Rose.
Code is the reason why a lot of people still buy 2K or even bought 2K to begin with. Like, like he said, you don't like wrestling, this is the perfect place for you. You like wrestling, this is the perfect place for you. You know what I mean? It gives you something to to and then curse out your piece. That part, that part. I don't think that they're on. So somebody please give Tony back his points. We had to turn them off, I think, because people kept coming in and spamming them during the during the show. So I think we got them turned off. Sorry, Tony.
It was
Um.
only 500 points.
So
Yeah, it's funny. So like a week later after I sent him, like 10 days later after I sent him Lewis and Roses, that's when I ended up sending him Amy and Violet. Like that is wild.
now you got a whole family.
Yep.
That's crazy. So you guys got a preview of two songs um, that I am playing around with.
Which are
One
amazing.
of them may I'm looking for an official theme song for the show. Can we jump Rose in the parking lot? Meet me in the parking lot. Um,
Still? I mean, y'all got to talk to if y'all get enough people
handicap backstage match would be crazy.
and
Um,
watch Rose still win it. Like we would want her to lose it
right,
and she would still win.
right. Y'all know how hard it is to make her and Queen Cole lose. Like
Actually, we just put Razor in the match and Rose will lose.
the
Let's be
final
real.
boss.
We put Razor or Imani in the match and Rose will lose.
So I asked y'all about that because I wanted to know what y'all thought and which one did y'all like more. There is another one that you'll hear here in a moment, but out of the ones that you listened that you heard before, I will be taking uh, feedback on those two. Um, I haven't done this in a while, so since it's just you now, you know what? Never mind. I know where we're going.
Just about to say there's at least 3
I
people
know
that
where
I
we're
see.
going. I know where we're going.
And I have a feeling it's one of those
It
3 that
it
I
is one of those
see.
three.
I'm actually opening all 3 of their tabs just so I have them up in general.
Oh God! Holy crap! What is happening? I didn't
What?
expect that. I didn't expect that third one. I didn't expect that third one because that third one's never around. I did not expect that at all. I got like five that I could go to, but
Oh.
I'm definitely going to. I'm definitely going to this place. I'm not even gonna say out loud where the who this person is, cause they would they are the type of person that would probably turn off rage just so that I couldn't do it. Um,
Is it who I'm thinking?
but y'all know this
They're all
person.
like
Y'all
in
love
the
this
chat.
person. We all love this person. Um, so we're gonna go second line to over there. I promise you guys that there won't that another month. Gene, that's the only that's that the motto has changed. Gene don't like shit except for her blank blank. um so Yates, you have anything that you wanna say to the people
Do I
before
have
we
any final
go?
thoughts? I'm gonna try to do better. I'm gonna try to stream potentially this week. Don't hold me to it. Hope to see y'all uh before next month. We're our schedule our schedule is do we have our schedule already planned?
I do know that it won't be a month before y'all see us again. We need to we need to not be as success. Oh Lord, that word will not come out.
Words are hard.
We need to not be as we need to not let life knock us off our our spot. So we need to be a little bit more consistent in what we're doing. Um, because the eyes are coming, and we want to make sure that when we present a product, we have something to present.
Yeah.
And so um, I just have to make sure uh, that we do what we got to do. Because most of the time, I'm gonna tell y'all it's not Yates, it's me. Uh, and so I have to get better. But I do appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all and and thank y'all for hanging out with me. So if you're a follower of the channel, the top one is for you. If you are a um
Copy all the messages
if you
and let's go.
if you are a sub of the channel, the one with the gators is for you.
I'll cause some terror over at somebody.
You guys have a great night. You guys have a great night. I'll see you guys soon. Have a good one.